Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Truth Shots with Kapil. Communist Party of China just celebrated 100 years of its existence. And today, China is going to be the topic of our discussion. Clearly, over the last some time, China has shown more monopolistic, more unruly, more imperialistic behavior than anyone has ever seen. I like to call the phenomena as the Nazi China phenomena. And I like to call the world's reaction to the Nazi China phenomena as the Nazi China phenomena. What do I mean by that? Well, if we all remember, if we all go back into history, what Hitler got validated from was really the ignorance of the French, the British, the American, the Russian, and everybody else. Nobody wanted to face the reality that there is some force coming up that is going to disrupt the world order. Now, let me clarify one point here. I necessarily do not think about, what Hitler did as right or wrong. I mean, I understand the genocide and, all of that is extremely sad, extremely unfortunate, extremely unforgiving. However, in terms of being an imperialistic power, everybody entertains those thoughts by themselves. So Hitler in that sense had similar thoughts as right now China has. Everybody seems to just be living in the world where China is taking certain actions and everybody is, they're gonna stop. They're not gonna go ahead with it too much. Nah, it's just in this one small place. It's not going to expand somewhere else. That is exactly what we did in the 1930s, and that is exactly what caused what we all know as the Second World War. Well, China really already exceeded what the Second World War would have done by doing the coronavirus, which essentially, I call it the Third World War. But today's topic is not about coronavirus, though that is clearly the next step of what China is doing. So what did Xi Jinping say when China was celebrating 100 years of Communist Party? He said, China no longer will be oppressed, no longer will be subjugated. China will hit back and hit back with fury. People will see a bloody bath if they try to oppress China. Well, let's talk about Chinese oppression and what all is going on. See, in my world, before I talk about what China is doing, and we all know what China has done over the last some time. We all know what has been happening in the South China Sea. How China is trying to rule over the Vietnams of the world and the Thailands of the world, going all the way down south to the Australias of the world. Everybody has been complaining. Nobody has the power to take China on really. And the ones that have the power to take China on do not want to mess with it. At least not right now. I'm sure in a few years they would do that. Trump started a bit of it, not to say good, bad or ugly, but Trump started a little bit of it by inserting tax and tariffs into everything. However, that was just the beginning point of what needs to be done. We all know what China has done in Tibet. We all know that China right now is creating bullet trains, high-speed connectivity between Lhasa and Chengdu, which is going to really change the entire spectrum of how we think about and how we look at Tibet. We all know what has been happening in the Xinjiang province with the Uyghur Muslims. Now, I do understand the Eastern Turkmenistan, military organizations, how they once were called as militancy organizations by US, which actually led China to take further action. But even with all of that, the kind of genocide that is going on over there is incredible. And the US and the British and the French and the German and the Russian will claim any kind of genocide, any kind of war, anything that is going anywhere, but they wouldn't mess with Xinjiang. That's what I call as ignoring what is going on around you because you have other missions to follow at this point of time and not realizing how deadly, how tricky or how conflicting it would be. We all know the One Belt, One Road initiative. We all know how China has been becoming a loan shark, giving out money to every country that needs them. We all know the impact of China on Africa. We all know the kind of the mines in Zambia and the kind of stuff that is going on in various other parts of Africa. We all know what is happening in the Sri Lankas of the world and in the Irans of the world as well. We all know how China has already expanded and probably, in the next decade or so, might even go to the extent of annexing places like Nepal. places like Bhutan, not to go up into Mongolia and what has been happening over there, which is another problem. I think where it all started, which China would perhaps call as its biggest victory, and we will all call as our biggest failure, is China in the 80s and the 90s, which really went on to become the manufacturing capital of the world, which really went on to ensure the entire world is dependent on one thing and one thing only, which is China. Think about coronavirus. When it started spreading, and when the entire world was going into lockdowns, we all realized how important China is to the supply chains of the world. It's not just a question of what is being manufactured in China or what is being manufactured in India or other places. It's a question of China ultimately controls the supply chain for almost everything that we use. Look at what China has been doing in Taiwan. Look at how it has been trying to annex over Hong Kong. Now, I'm not necessarily, an expert to give an opinion saying Taiwan really should belong to China or Hong Kong really should belong to China. I don't think that's a question of expertise anyway. It's anybody's guess, depending on which side you are on. Your history might read as, in the year 2019, there was a virus that came out, which was coronavirus, which really led to the world realizing China has become imperialistic, China is trying to gain control over the world, which is absolutely not done, and we all controlled it. Or your history will read like, the Chinese always knew they were right, the Chinese always knew they will be the victors in the world, they continued down the right path, they took control of the entire manufacturing of the world, they took control of the entire supply chains, became the biggest imperialistic country in the world, and took over a lot of portion of humanity. You decide which of the two you want to be, which of the history you think should be part of you. With that, I come to an end of this episode of Truth Shots with Kapil. Have a nice day. See you next time.